I am Jessica Delmar, and this channel is all about the vibrational resonance to the frequency of oneness. Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. In this video, we're going to be talking about this new moon energy of January 24th, 2020 and the winter 2020 portal. So I pulled some cards for this new moon energy, and what immediately came through was this powerful feminine goddess energy, and everything came through in writing, so I'm just going to read what came through. This new moon opens a powerful doorway to everything that you desire. A doorway to 5D, to new earth, to soul purpose, to freedom. It's really like a big open doorway that leads you into heaven on earth. And it has the most beautiful divine feminine energy where it felt just very motherly, very nurturing, the nurture card coming through, and warm, full of light. So this motherly energy is nurturing. What came through is the inner child within everyone right now. So there's a lot of healing, the healing tools card coming through, going on in the lower chakras, especially the sacral womb for both men and women. It is the umbilical cord connection that you are being nurtured through and being fed through. The inner child being coddled and protected and made to feel safe and loved. Because behind your ability to carry out and live your soul purpose and express your divine inner being is a healthy and joyful relationship with your inner child. For as long as the inner child is stifled, so will be your divine inner being, soul purpose, and the ability to unconditionally love. With this open doorway comes a powerful pull into a new reality or a higher timeline, if you will. A reality and timeline that better aligns to your soul desires, intentions, and purpose. Essentially, this higher timeline that we're speaking about is that now moment 5D timeline, which is, again, the now moment timeline. It is where everything perfectly and divinely unfolds for you in your now moment because you're connected and co-creating with your divine inner being. And so in that now moment timeline, as you co-create with your divine inner being, of course you are aligning to your soul's desires, intentions, and purpose. So one thing that came through to understand about this open doorway is that for many of you, with this open doorway comes an open struggle between what is and what could be. Your human experience teaches you to pay attention to what is, because it's here, it's in your see it, touch it, taste it, feel it, hear it, reality, physical reality. But what you need to know is what is, everything that is physically manifested right now is a manifestation of old energy, or of energy that you keep cycling and keep paying attention and focusing on. And so it manifests more of. And the energy of what could be and what you want to step into, if it's a soul desire, intention, or purpose that maybe you aren't necessarily aligned to right now, that energy of what could be is actually a new vortex of energy that is calling you to align to it, in order to shift your what is. The shift in your wombs are not only for the purpose of healing and nurturing that inner child, but for healing and nurturing your connection to it, so that in your decisions to step through this open doorway, or not, the decision is up to you, comes with open energy, lighter energy, more playful and wonder-filled energy. Because if you step through the open doorway that this January new moon offers, you're only going to align to the open vortex of this open doorway if your inner child is out to play. Allow for that inner child to come out to play, because it will be the key within yourself that aligns to the doorway of freedom and purpose. Your inner child is the key towards unlocking your ability to express your divine inner being and soul purpose, and to be the unconditionally loving being that you are. So that's sort of the energy report or energy reading of this new moon, this powerful January new moon, which is opening this very powerful and magnificent gateway for us to take further steps into manifesting and being in that 5D vibration and new earth reality. But of course, stepping through that doorway will bring up things within us that will have us consciously always choose that 5D experience, even if there may be 3D things that are physically manifested in front of you. And of course, it also calls forth your inner child, because that inner child, when you bring that forward, that inner child will always choose 5D. The decision is going to be easy if you're ever faced with that struggle walking through this doorway. If you're ever faced with the struggle of 3D and 5D, if your inner child is out to play and leading you or helping to co-create with you, then it's going to always choose that 5D experience. Okay, so next what we want to talk about is the Winter 2020 portal that we are in right now. So this has been coming through within the past couple of weeks, because the Winter 2020 portal actually opened up with the last full moon that was held on January 10th, 2020. And so this information came through shortly after that full moon, and I was sort of continuing to open and unfold this information, unpackage the information, and then it kind of spread out and opened up into other areas that I've been working on, such as bringing forward some essential oil blends and working with Gaia within this Winter 2020 portal, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But I'm just going to read what came through. So these 4 seasonal portals throughout the year serve as sort of these macro energy waves or portals or gateways throughout the year. And there's the 4 significant ones: the winter, spring, summer, and fall. And within these macro activations or portals of the seasons, of course, there are smaller activations and smaller waves that come along with the new moons and the full moons in between, and all of the other planetary shifts and changes and energy waves happening on the planet. But particularly in 2020, they started giving me that bigger view of the seasons and how it's kind of these bigger gift boxes, if you think of the Russian dolls, and we're kind of opening up those gift boxes. But if we're able to take care and align to the overall seasonal energy, the 4 portals throughout the year, then everything that's held within that package, within that season, we're going to easily integrate if we integrate with the macro energy of the season, if that makes sense. And of course, the 4 seasons within a year are held in a greater gift box, if you will, greater macro energy that is the year. And then the year, it continues going outward. Everything is a macro and a micro. The reason why we bring up the seasonal portals for this year is because the seasons of 2020 onward will act as powerful stepping stones on your ascension journey. Of course, the seasonal portals have always acted as powerful stepping stones on your ascension journey, but 2020 opens up a whole new chapter, but more like a whole new book that integrates and activates energy on higher platforms, if you will. For the past 10 years or so before 2020, the seasonal portals within each of your years on your planet worked very powerfully in clearing, cleansing, healing, and awakening energy. Beginning with 2020, the seasonal portals of the next 10 years or so will hold significant power in taking you into a more solidified form of New Earth 5D. So again, everything macro and micro. So if you take the year, it opens up into a bigger macro energy of, say, for example, 10 years. But we can also kind of break that down into every 2 years and 5 years and so on and so forth. each holding its own gift, if you will, of energy, if you think of the Russian dolls. But in the past 10 years, that sort of gift of macro energy of the past 10 years very much held certain activations within those seasonal portals and within the yearly portals. Starting with 2020 onward, at least for the next 5 to 10 years or so, the activations are shifting, and the activations are sort of lifting us more rather than focusing on clearing, cleansing, healing, and awakening. Now it's like, okay, people have already done that. Now it's on to the next thing. You're rising in your ability to climb the steps or climb the mountain. Meaning that there is a purpose to everything, and how energy unfolds determines how physical manifestation takes place. And so we present to you the energy of the first seasonal portal of 2020. The winter 2020 portal in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere it would be the summer 2020 portal. So I have actually created a PDF printout of the detailed information that came through regarding the winter 2020 portal. I'm going to put a link to that PDF below in the description so that you can print it out and follow along. Have it with you throughout this entire winter 2020 portal until the portal close date, which is on the spring equinox, March 19th. Okay, so I'm just going to read what came through regarding this winter 2020 portal. And again, you can dissect the information on the PDF handout. So winter 2020 portal dates. It began on January 10th, which was 2020's first full moon, and it ends on March 19th, which is the spring equinox. The mantra of this winter 2020 portal is So La Re Om. So La Re Om. Interpreted on a very wide scale is live well and be well. Theme and energy of this portal is inner lost knowledge and leading with an open heart. And there are 4 powerful or focused elements that came through regarding this portal. And what came through is that this portal's energy is strengthening courage and rebirth, and amplifying reverence and grace. So those are the 4 elements of this portal, or focal energy points, I want to say. Courage, rebirth, reverence, and grace. Also elements that are being activated or integrated within us very strongly within this portal. Another thing that came through is how we can work with this winter 2020 portal and how we can work with all the portals as we move through them. And this is a very powerful time in terms of integrating the energies of each of the portals and activating those focal points or elements of each of the portals, is working with Gaia on a much deeper level, because she's really here, going back to the new moon reading, she's the mother that is really embracing all of us and nurturing us through this ascension process. Our umbilical cords we're being nourished and fed by a lot of higher vibrational forms of energy. The most dominant form, besides our divine inner being, is that of our planet, Gaia herself, which is feeding us and nourishing us with the nutrients that we need to physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually and energetically shift into a higher state of vibration, frequency, consciousness, and reality, essentially. And so 2020 really opens up on that greater macro level, the ability to connect to Gaia on these deeper levels, because Gaia is really, she's shifting into her greatest potential, which means that everything that is Gaia, which is all of nature, all of these activations are happening in plants and animals and rocks and crystals and everything that we can use to our advantage to help in our shift and this process, this journey. So what came through this winter 2020 portal in terms of Gaia assistance was a crystal ambassador, several essential oils to work with, and I didn't put it on this list because it's just coming to me now, but also an animal, kind of like a animal ambassador of this portal as well. And that animal ambassador is just now coming through, so I'm definitely going to bring it up here. So the crystal ambassador, what came through is the rose quartz, very much connected to that inner child. The rose quartz coming through specifically for that inner child. Everything that we spoke about in the new moon energy regarding that inner child, the healing, the nourishment, the coddling, the embracing of that inner child in order to allow that inner child to shine, the rose quartz is really going to work with you in that process. Another thing I want to bring up is I have not yet looked forward into the upcoming seasonal portals because I like to take that energy in terms of the now moment. So as we get closer to those portals, then of course I'll tap in and bring forward that information in order to share with you. But the one thing that did come through was the crystal ambassadors basically for the entire year for all of the seasonal portals, and it allowed me to kind of take a look into the next few portals without diving too deep into all of the other information. But what did come through regarding the crystal ambassadors for this year of 2020 was very powerful heart-based energy regarding those crystals. A lot of the pink crystals, a lot of the opening up of the unconditional love, or how you can connect deeper to unconditional love through the heart space. And all of those crystals really came forward throughout this entire year as sort of a theme, a greater theme on that macro sense for the year of 2020 and the energies that were really, really powerfully integrating this year. And so all of these crystals are coming through in order to help us specifically with integrating and amplifying our ability to hold and be the essence of unconditional love. The next thing that came through was a few essential oils that wanted to kind of offer their assistance with this winter 2020 portal, and offering their assistance because they're also working with the energy of this portal to help us activate and integrate and heal and open and receive. Really, that's the powerful thing coming through right now with the essential oils. It helps us to receive all of the information, or all of the energy activations. Essential oils opens energy. And a lot of people, especially with the senses, are so closed. And it's like when you take a sniff of an essential oil, it powerfully kind of bursts open all of your senses. And so it leaves you in a place where you're open, like the crown is fully open to receive. The senses are fully open to receive. And that's going to be really powerful for this year moving onward. And the healing benefits and the activation benefits of the senses opening, especially with the assistance of essential oils and crystals. Essential oils coming through for this winter 2020 portal: the cedarwood, rose, manuka, rosemary, and geranium. And of course as well, the animal ambassador, the spider. So the spider has actually been coming through quite a bit, and I think in the next video I had brought through some information. The Hawaiian happy face spider came through to offer some information, so I'm going to be sharing that in the next video. Okay, so quickly going through this information. Again, you can read all of this on the PDF handout, but I'm also going to read it here for those of you who may not download that PDF. First of all, as an announcement, in co-creation with my divine inner being, Gaia, and this first seasonal portal of 2020, I have actually put together a very special Sola Re Om essential oil blend using the essential oils and the crystal ambassador that desires to really come forward and work with all of us with our expansion this season. And this is a limited blend that I'm offering, only available for this season's portal. So I have a roller blend and a mist that you can use for your aura, your room, or sacred space, and also your linen. I love to spray it on my pillow and kind of just sink into that energy as I fall asleep. And over the past week or so, as I've been playing around with creating these blends, the past couple of weeks, I've been using both the roller and the mist, and I wanted to just kind of see how it opened up my energy and what it did for me. And it's been really, really powerful in helping to open stuck and sticky energy that I've kind of been going through a bit, because oftentimes when you do want to dive deeper, you encounter some form of sticky energy. It's almost like the vision it was showing me recently is like when you're birthing a child and that child is kind of covered in sticky goo. That's kind of the energy that if it feels like you're diving through to dive into deeper aspects of yourself or dive into deeper knowledge. And so when using the roller blend and the mist especially, it's been helpful to really clear that stickiness and open energy up for me and allow me to dive deeper into my connection with especially Gaia and the information that's been coming through. Okay, so back to this winter 2020 portal. Let's talk about inner lost knowledge, which is the theme of this winter 2020 portal. Opening inner lost knowledge and deeper connection to your soul memory, wisdom, and Akasha, essentially connecting deeper with your divine inner being, is directly connected to your ability to open your heart and lead with unconditional love. The first seasonal portal of 2020 is about leading with an open heart, discovering what truth your heart holds so that you can walk hand in hand in alignment with your true soul intention and divine inner being. When you fully trust and know who you truly are in blind faith, it is then that the secrets of your inner lost knowledge and all of who you are begins filtering through into your expanded consciousness for you to better understand. Because then, and only then, is your heart open and ready to receive it. The first seasonal portal of 2020 asks you, are you ready to receive? So ponder on that question and open it into your intentions, especially with this new moon, and ask yourself, am I ready to receive? And what is it that you're ready to receive? When you open yourself up to receiving, then you will receive. But a lot of people don't realize that they're not really receiving in the way that they, for example, are giving, or they give too much and they don't receive as much. So really a powerful intention with this new moon can be, I am here, I am ready to receive. I am open to receive. I am receiving. And receive always with gratitude. All right, let's dive into the 4 elements or focal points of energy with this winter 2020 portal. The first is courage, really activating and integrating and strengthening courage within us. The courage energy that comes forth with this first seasonal portal is linked to the heart. Strengthening the heart strengthens your ability to stand firm in an empowered inner truth and be led by the heart, not the mind. When your inner truth is aligned with a strong, open heart, then your ability to courageously express your soul intention and purpose is in divine alignment. Be not afraid of your innermost desires, dreams, callings, purpose, and greatness. You are a powerful creator being, and 2020 is calling for you to strengthen your heart, courage, truth, alignment, so that you can begin to be the vessel that expresses divine creativity. The next element or focal energy point is about strengthening this energy of rebirth, or really activating rebirth within us. This portal opens the activation of complete renewal within you. Whether you are birthing into your own new butterfly, or birthing a project, or birthing a power star light child in your womb, you are birthing something of completely new energy that will bring forth a wave of expansion like you've never seen before. Rebirth during this phase of the ascension and first seasonal portal of 2020 is rooted in unconditional love. Your heart is being reborn into that which is more aligned to divine love, so that all else can follow in renewal. You are not losing who you used to be, but you are creating something new, birthed from the ashes of what was and into the phoenix energy of what will be. The next element and energy that is amplifying within us is the energy of reverence. The energy of reverence is being amplified during this portal in order to strengthen your connection to the web of oneness that connects all things. The heart of the universe beats, calling to you. When you hear that call within your heart begins to beat to the heart of the universe. First, the energy will call forth a deeper connection that you hold within yourself. Then, the heartbeat will move you into deeper connection within a realm of feeling this greater interconnectedness with everyone and everything. Strengthen the alignment of your heartbeat with the heartbeat of the universe, which is unconditional love, and you will strengthen your ability to create and connect to others in the world around you. And the fourth element, focused energy of this winter 2020 portal that is amplifying and activating within us is the energy of grace. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. The energy of grace is the epitome of unconditional love in physical form expressed. No matter how strong the shifting tides of your world, or how duality shows up in your experience, whether good or bad, having grace for everyone and everything keeps you in rhythm, flow, harmony, and balance with the greater heart of the universe that expresses unconditional love and divine knowledge through you. Holding the energy of grace opens you to existing within the world that you live in, but not be dragged down by it. There will be many things that bubble over in your own individual realities, as well as the collective stage, as energy bubbles to the surface to be exposed and released. Holding grace is about holding unconditional love for the unfolding, so that the manifestation of love can emerge more and more in the transmutation of the undesired into the utmost desired. And finally, some information about the crystal ambassador Rose Quartz came through. Rose Quartz coming through as the prominent ambassador of the Crystal Kingdom and Gaia realm spirits. It is the ultimate ambassador of the energy for this first seasonal portal of 2020. It holds the energy of unconditional love, and these gifts of Gaia, the Rose Quartz, are fully charged and activated with this portal to assist you in opening and strengthening your heart. The energy of the Rose Quartz also pulls forth the divine inner child to be healed and activated for utter fulfillment and joy and love. It works with the heart chakra, so you may receive and give unconditional love, grace, forgiveness, compassion, and understanding for yourself and others. An open heart opens the mind, and with an open mind, divine light and knowledge are able to flow through the doorway of the mind and integrate within the heart. The light of an open heart and open mind opens you to receiving the universe in beautiful, divine motion, creating and expressing through you in the physical form. All is well, and all is as it should be. Live well and be well. And that is what came through regarding this new moon energy and the winter 2020 portal. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one, where we're going to be talking with the happy face spider, the animal ambassador of this winter 2020 portal. Together with you in oneness, I'm Jessica Delmar. Oneness and love be with you.
heartbeat.